Surprise! Me and Alpha are back. So Alpha wasn't available this morning. Turns out that where he lives, the internet went out for all the people living in that area. It didn't go out for me, and I'm in the same town, but it went out for you. And yeah, I'm sorry
Yeah.
to hear that.
I think it was. I think it might have been just my household. Maybe, I don't know.
No. I have confirmation, and I'm not gonna say where you are, but I have confirmation. No, you were not the only one.
Oh, I wasn't.
No, you were not.
Okay.
So yeah. So it basically was the estate.
Right.
So it was you and your neighbors, and maybe your neighbors' neighbors, and their neighbors, but like it still was a very select area, like a small area
Yeah.
of this town that I'm not going to mention. But like, yeah, it wasn't just you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always assumed it was like maybe like just me.
Sounds
Because
like an issue with a junction box, a local junction box. You know that where like
yeah.
because it's fiber, it's like the fiber will be running under the roads to the box, and then it will go from the box as copper wiring to each of the individual houses. Like,
Hmm.
you know, I'm pretty sure you guys aren't paying for fiber to the building internet. You are typically paying for most internet providers when they give fiber. It's what's called fiber to the cabinet. And what they mean by the cabinet is like the last few hundred meters, instead of it being fiber cabling, it's normally the typical copper wiring because fiber cabling is really expensive, and doing fiber cabling directly to the building, that's typically something businesses might pay for. Or, like, you know, I'm sure an internet service provider will be more than happy to sell you, but you'll definitely be paying a premium to have fiber for the last 100 meters or so. But yeah. Anyway, we're in Act 5 of Path of Exile. I'm going to invite you, and then we'll get underway. Oh, look at that. Hey, local players. Hey, you're apparently in my... You're in my instance anyway, so I'm just going to invite you to group. Wow.
Really?
Yeah, like we're both in
Oh
town.
wow.
It put us in the same instance. Oh, that's wicked.
That's great. I've not had that happen.
Because essentially, like when you're in the towns, right? This game is not an MMO, but I think this is why Diablo 4 is a shared open world. By the way, they saw Path of Exile do this as a free-to-play game for the towns only, and they're like, wow. So like each town is like an actual community hub full of other random players and things. And they probably like that so much that they're like, yeah, we want that for our action RPG, and therefore, you know, Diablo 4 is designed how it's designed.
They looked at it and were like, "Oh, that's really dynamic. Let's do the same."
Here's the thing, though, they haven't done the same, like because Path of Exile only does it for the towns, whereas Diablo 4 does it for everywhere that isn't a dungeon. So that means Helltide, you know, you meet other players, and it is cool. But I've said this before on my channel. The more I think about it, like the biggest problem I have with the game now is that there's literally a best way to level up, and it's by farming the Blood Maiden demon that you can summon in Helltide. Just like Season 4 before it, you can gain so much more levels by, like, you know, a bunch of players just go to the Blood Maiden and kill it over and over and over again. And it's so much more efficient to get, like, both the Mother's Gifts, which is the current seasonal objective, or just XP in general, it's so much more efficient to level up that way that it kind of, to me, has made a lot of the content in Diablo 4 redundant. And that's a shame. Whereas, like, this game, because only the towns are where you meet other players, you know, as soon as we go out into the world of Rayclast or Oriath to slay demons and things, we're fending for ourselves. And as such, you know, there isn't like one boss that we can just farm for, like, you know, XP Central. It's like,
Yeah.
You have to basically go through the world map, and if you hover over each part of the world map, like let's briefly look at Act 4, you can see Belly of the Beast, the monsters are going to be 38, even if we're higher than that. A Harvest, level 40. Let's look at Act 3 a second. The sewers, level 26. Like, even if we were to go back to the sewers now, we'd basically one-shot everything because they're level 26. So it wouldn't be beneficial going, like, you know, killing monsters back there unless we were going for specific loot that drops from a specific boss. But the thing is, Path of Exile is also such a big game that essentially you've got content to, like, get you, like, you've got a zone, at least one zone that is good to play through right the way up past level 70. And then I think you're doing endgame maps after that. And endgame maps scale all the way to 100, I think. So, yeah. Anyway, mini rant over. I am still enjoying Diablo 4, but as I said, I've been playing it a little bit off stream in preparation for future Diablo 4 streams that I'm gonna do. And I'm like, yeah, there's just certain things about it, such as the Blood Maiden boss. If they deleted that boss, all of a sudden everybody would have to play the game properly again. And I think that's actually a good thing. Like, because I do actually like the boss, and I do think an idea of, like, summoning a boss in the Helltide, on paper it's really cool, but it's like,
I feel like a way to also get around this without entirely removing her is forcing like the same level cooldown on like every world boss.
yeah,
Like giving her the world boss cooldown. So like, if you want
that she could be summoned.
once,
so what if she could be summoned at any time, like by a player, but if she's been summoned by someone, then there's a cooldown for that instance. The problem is, I think what would happen, people would just log out and then re-log in until they got an instance where she could be summoned, and that doesn't stop unless it put a debuff on your character that you couldn't remove, of like, you just summoned, you know, the Blood Maiden in the last half an hour, and it doesn't matter which
now
instance
you have to wait 3 hours for that debuff to vanish. And if you appeared in an instance where someone else had summoned them and fought them, maybe you could fight the Blood Maiden, you could even contribute to the fight. But if you've got that debuff, you ain't getting none of the drops or the XP, and it just won't appear in your instance. Because that's the thing, like, I feel like the Blood Maiden is cool, and the rewards are cool, and it is really nice, like, what you get in exchange for killing her. But I almost feel like it's almost too good, to the point where people aren't doing anything else, you know? I feel like it could go a little, that could go a little step further. For example, like, instead of, like, no rewards after killing her, like, again, when somebody else hasn't, I feel like that player, while they have the debuff and they're suddenly partaking in another one because a player has just summoned her, what if the player with the debuff does less damage?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, again,
like, I feel like that'd be a bit much when it comes to like bullying those players who just abuse that boss.
I feel like, especially because I'm very aware, I play these games far more like than the average, more casual player, and I feel like any kind of nerf to the Blood Maiden encounter, it'll just have more like casual players kind of screaming. I'm like, man, that encounter was my best way of completing the battle pass in a timely manner. I don't want to be like living on the game. Like, I get it, but I just feel like the rewards are so good. Like, the XP gain from that one fight is so good that, like, if you do anything else other than that content to level up, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Like, the Blood Maiden is so efficient and so rewarding that doing anything else is just like you're deliberately slowing yourself down. You're not earning as much as you could be per hour of gameplay. And it's a bit of a shame. Like, yeah. So I kind of feel like in an action RPG where, like, let's be honest here, XP really matters in Diablo 4 because XP directly ties into level. Level directly ties into what world tier you can access. And what world tier you can access directly influences what can drop for you gear-wise. So it really is like your priority. If you're not at world tier 4 yet, your priority as a player in Diablo 4 is to get there as soon as possible, right? Because, I mean, you've even seen it with other members of the Boost Gang, such as Yax. You know, he wanted us, in fact, I think a couple of times. I've gone into the zone, by the way. I was assuming you're ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, it's one of those things where, like, he wanted to be sped ran through Capstone Dungeon 2 because he knows that's where the good drops are. And he wanted to get there as soon as possible. He didn't care that we was essentially, you know, boosting him. Because, like, he was like, well, yeah, you know, I realize monsters can one-shot me, but Yax really enjoys tough gameplay, so in a way, the fact that he was under-leveled for the content kind of excited him. And it was one of the, you know, but yeah.
I wish when it came to like
sorry, go on.
Loot filter.
Okay, of PoE.
Like, two different. Like when you change character, it defaults to the last one you had on active for that character instead of it being like, you changed character.
Entire game wide, right?
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. I don't know whether the PC version works. Yeah, I don't know if the PC version works the same way or not, but I do want to let you know that on the PC version of PoE, it would even be possible to create your own loot filter or customize. Like, instead of being Neversync, you could almost take Neversync as a starting point and then tweak the colors. There are streamers that even have their own custom-made sound effects for certain item drops. Right?
See, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
But again, that would be Steam version of PoE only, because then, you know, you've basically got access to the files of the Neversync mod, and you can obviously modify that. So, but of course, at some point, much like my plans, you plan to get yourself a computer that's capable of gaming. And maybe when you do, since Path of Exile 2 is going to be, you know, fully cross-platform, maybe when you have gaming laptop, you will change to playing like something like PoE 2, or maybe even restarting PoE 1 via the Steam version, because then you could have, I don't know, Homer Simpson letting you know about a Chaos Orb or something. you know, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, just every time there's a chaos orb, Homer's just like, ooh!
Yeah. That was one example. You're probably more likely to have, like, I don't know, frickin', I don't know, Master Chief.
Oh yeah, just get Master Chief to fucking an AI generated Master Chief.
Oh no!
Just saying,
I just got immediately womboed. I need to actually, like, you know, pay attention. I shouldn't have died there.
Like that'd be fucking great.
I don't know.
I know there's already a bunch of fucking Master Chief things on YouTube. Like there's one that I saw where it was like Master Chief teaches you how to change your oil for your 2006 Nissan Murano.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So they've taken the voice, like they've used AI to make the voice, like Steve Downs, essentially say whatever they want to type in. See, that in a way, that's a little scary to me, man. Especially when, like, see, you know, I can understand how that can be entertaining, but for the implications for the actors, though, I don't like it. I'm all about, like, the actors should be fairly compensated for their work. And I mean, you know, the whole copyright thing. I mean, you're talking about they've used technology to steal somebody's voice, which, you know, the AI, this has, like, not to get too real on stream, but like this has really bad like implications for fraud, right?
It is very dangerous, especially with AI generated videos now becoming a thing, and it's like,
I mean, but think about
we are getting way too dangerous here.
Think about the things that can be ordered for a lot of money over a phone call. If you're telling me that a computer program could impersonate somebody's voice accurately, you know, like mine. Oh shit! I'm gonna stop talking. I'm stopping talking. I mean, it's probably too late. They've got 1,646 streams worth of footage to train a model on. Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, considering there's like various different things that go into a person's voice, like you can't mimic everything.
Listen, let's not tempt fate, shall we? But
like, until AI can mimic human features,
I think we're closer than you think, man. We're closer than you think.
It's like,
dun dun dun. Do you want Reap? I don't want Reap. You want Reap?
Reap.
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 Reap. Victory. Reap. There's a skill gem basically over there called Reap.
Oh, I'm not seeing it because of.
Oh my god! Turn your filter down.
I'm reaping what I sow.
Turn your frickin' filter down, all right? Because
bloody scythe swipe. Ooh.
I would see. Here's a personal thing. I know I've got the loot filter on a little bit. I personally would prefer to see the loot and ignore it than not know it's there at all. I've also got. There's a skill gem of mirror arrow over here.
I think I've had mirror arrow, but I'm not.
But another one might be useful, you know, for like, again, you can make it a support gem automatically cast it and things.
Players now target when. Oh! Oh!
What's up? Why? What's it say? I don't think I've fully read and understood it. I just.
Oh!
Have we had another like PoE is cool moment, basically? Is that what's happened?
I'm about to make a name for myself.
Oh yeah? Just 1 second. I just want to check something on a technical level regarding the stream.
Oh, my God's bleeding. Ooh.
Okay. So yeah, stream is fine. I'm still gonna like restart Stream Deck software because it's being weird. I tell you, man, I am looking forward to swapping computer.
Okay, so I'm going to replace split. Yeah, I'm gonna get split arrow. Go on. Don't mind me talking.
It's alright, you can talk, man. You can talk. Talk away.
Oh my god! So I now have an arrow that, well, I have one arrow which allows me to teleport, and it summons a clone.
Okay.
And now I have another arrow where if I just fire it... Oh my god. I can have 2 clones. Oh, this is gonna get dirty.
Cool. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Okay, I think we're good with the stream technical wise. Awesome, man. But see, this is the beauty of the whole skill gem system. This is what GGG wanted. I found some ore, so that's good. Hey, Queen of Toasters! Hello! And welcome to this stream of Path of Exile 1. I'm doing a full playthrough with my nephew on the Settlers of Kalg, and we've been enjoying it. We're in Act 5 out of 10. So yeah, Alpha, I'm waiting for you by the ore. How are you? Good to see you. Still trying to get to? Well, you see, here's the thing. The reason why I'm playing it now, and now's a good time to play it if you've been thinking about it, because the current league is something that the player base seem to be very much enjoying, and I would echo that sentiment. But also, the current league is probably the last league in a Path of Exile game before the Path of Exile 2 early access begins, which we now know is going to be on November the 15th, 2024. So I wanted to do a playthrough of PoE 1 one more time from beginning to end before PoE 2. So that's the why now for me, personally. But this is actually the second playthrough of Path of Exile 1 that I've done on this Twitch channel, and it's the third playthrough of the game in my life. The first playthrough of this on my Twitch channel was over 3 years ago though, so I felt like it was a good time to come back and see what's changed. Now, if you've never played this game before, the thing that normally happens is new player plays PoE. They kill the first monsters, they have a good time, they follow the initial tutorial messages, they level up for the first time, it tells them to go to the passive tree and spend a passive point, and then they basically see this zoomed in initially, right? Where you've basically just got one choice to make. Let me just move the cursor. So like you'd level up for the first time and it would be like, do you want energy, shield, and mana, or do you want spell damage and mana? And that's the only choice you have to make. But if you zoom out, you can see this passive tree is really massive, right? And a lot of new players get overwhelmed by all this. And then they log out of the game, they delete it, and they never return again. Now, I don't pretend to know everything about this game that there is to know, not at all. But the way that I basically create a kind of build is like, I think about the kind of build I want to make, and with this Necromancer that I want to have as many minions as possible. So if I search for the word minion in the passive tree, notice how a bunch of the nodes have started flashing. So everything that mentions minions now flashes. And now I can make a plan as I level up and get new passive points. I can make a plan to go through as many of these flashing nodes as possible. And that's as complicated as it really gets, at least for how I'm doing it. So, yeah, don't be afraid of the passive tree. It's alright. It ain't gonna bite. There's a lot there, but it's because the devs want to give you the flexibility of essentially creating your own class. Oh my god, a unique greater mana flask that is so mine. Let's see what it does. Removes 80% of your maximum energy shield on use. You take 50% of your maximum life as chaos damage on use. Wait, what a minute. Wait, what? Gain 2 endurance charges, gain 2 frenzy charges, and gain a power charge. Oh!
What?
So it hurts you, but you gain endurance charges, frenzy charges, and power charges. I don't think any of my skills require those.
Yeah, neither do mine.
I'm just gonna put this in though, and let's see it. Let's try it. Maybe they do. See, that flask seems like something you wouldn't want, but maybe you do. I think it might be good for like a marauder or you know, basically the equivalent of a barbarian, where like a frenzy charge would just make them go crazy fast, for example. Right? So I think the idea is that yes, you hurt yourself when you drink it, but you go absolutely like meep afterwards in terms of your attacks.
It sounds about right.
I'm gonna drink from it and see if it sends my minions into overdrive. So we need to kill things in order to fill it. Oh, dude, how it looks is awesome looking. All right, we're gonna drink from it. Hang on, we're gonna like drink from the health. Oh, yeah, that hurt. Yeah, that hurt. Yep, that definitely hurt me. What an interesting flask. I have never seen a flask like that. The way we drink it, I can't believe it. I ain't never seen a flask like that. It reminds you of Diablo, and it should, because it's an action RPG, just like Diablo. Except that this is free to play completely, and Diablo you have to buy. Now, I will say, obviously GGG, they sell stuff in a microtransaction shop. You don't have to buy it, but I will say, at least for the stuff that I've invested in, some of the stuff they sell is really useful and make your experience of playing the game much, much better. Now, it's not pay to win. It's not pay to win in any capacity. But I would say you can pay for added convenience. And what I mean by that is stash tabs. I'm more than happy to very briefly show you. So if I just go to town a sec. You can have guilds in this game. I've got a guild with just close friends, and so we have a guild stash. And as I'm the guild leader, I can pay for these stash tabs. You can see a quad tab here. which is 4 times the size of a regular stash tab. You can store any items in here whatsoever. But there's also other stash tabs that they sell that basically are for specific types of items, such as skill gems, where it automatically organizes all your skill gems by type and level. Flasks, same sort of thing. And then we've got folders for each member of the guild. Each member of the guild has up to 9 tabs each. And then these are all the different currencies in the game. There's a tab for divination cards, which are basically like vouchers that you can redeem an NPC in Act 4. Fragments and essences are a way of upgrading items that you use a fragment or an essence on an item and it will modify it in some way. And then the uniques, this is basically like Diablo's legendaries. You can basically keep all your uniques that you're not using stored in there. Then obviously Path of Exile, instead of seasons, there are various leagues. Some leagues that have happened in the past have had their own stash tab associated with them. And certain leagues that proved really popular, Grinding Gear Games actually made them part of the main game itself. So in the cases of Delve, Blight, Delirium, and Ultimatum leagues, they were really popular when they happened in the past. So good they got rolled into the main game, and as such, Grinding Gear Games sell a stash tab for each of these leagues items, so you can keep it better organized. Finally, the end game has something called maps, which you will eventually see in this playthrough, and there's just a stash tab to store your maps and keep them organized. I realize that's a lot of information, and it may seem like, you know, oh my god, that's a lot of stash tabs. Really, if you were only wanting to buy one or two types, personally, what I would recommend, the currency tab is an absolute like godsend, because rather than having scrolls of identify in maximum stacks of 40, you can store like 400 in a currency tab or something. And then I would just go for quad stash tabs, because even a one quad stash tab will have tons of space. So yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna bank some of the currency items in here, and these you use to modify items. So I've just put away, like, look at this blacksmith whetstone, improves the quality of a weapon. Like when you hover over any item, it tells you what it's for. But yeah, we're just gonna put that away. And yeah, okay, we got the miasmeter. So while I'm in town, Alpha, I'm just gonna hand Valentia that, okay?
I simply can't express how wondrous it is to see you.
Okay.
What?
Yep.
No, not you, Exile. The miasmeter. The hope of humanity lies in this beautiful device and the precious knowledge it shall divulge. Far more useful than an accidental hulk of meat and instinct like yourself. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to discover that your slaying of the beast correlates directly to the strife you must currently suffer. At least you've proved useful enough to return the miasmeter to me. That deserves some small reward, I suppose.
Oh, book of skill for it, man. You might wanna grab that.
I have indeed.
All right.
How are we doing? Okay. I think it is safe to say.
Yep.
I have essentially repaid my debt.
Oh, the chromatic orbs, the 30. So earlier on in the playthrough, chat, several streams ago, Alpha was going for. You might notice here, there's sockets on all my items. Mine are all blue, but let's say you get a really good item, and the only problem with it is that you don't have the socket colors that you wanted. And the reason why the sockets are different colors is because the skill gems, which are actually your abilities, the matching colors basically. So you can only put blue skill gems in blue sockets, for example, red skill gems in red sockets, green skill gems in green sockets. So when your item is perfect, except for the socket colors, you can use something called a chromatic orb, which is a type of currency item in this game, to basically have a random chance to re-roll the sockets on the item that you use it on. So Alpha was wanting to do this, and he basically was like trying to re-roll for a specific color combination. It never showed up. He spent like 31 chromatic orbs, and he only realized that like he was spending that many when he ran out, because 31 chaos orbs was all there was. So
yeah, and a little bit later, like 2 streams ago, we came to learn that
well, this isn't confirmed, but yeah, I think certain colors are impossible. Yeah, I think certain combinations are impossible depending on the stats.
At the color, the stats, sorry. For example, if an armor says it has a intellect skill and a strength skill, it will not drop. Well, it can, but it.
Essentially, the best way to explain it, right? Because I've got an item here that is like a blue and a red. And it does say the requirement is only intellect. It doesn't mention strength. And because of that, I'm willing to hypothesize that that red socket could be turned blue because the item doesn't have a strength requirement. Now, if it mentioned strength, then my hypothesis says that at least one of the sockets must be red. Because if we look at the character screen here, you can see that strength is written in red, intelligence is written in blue, and dexterity is written in green. So if we look at these boots that have one socket of each color, it actually does say requires level 36, 35 strength, and 35 dex. What that says to me is that if I were to use a chromatic orb, the green and red socket must stay, but the blue socket could become something else. Now, again, I could be wrong about this. I haven't confirmed it in a Path of Exile wiki. That's what we kind of need to maybe look at. But it would make sense if my hypothesis was right, wouldn't you say, Alpha? Because, yeah. I think that the requirements for the item and what sockets can roll on it, I feel like those two things are related. Right?
Yeah. It would make the most sense if they were.
Yeah. But for a free game, honestly, I feel like you can't go wrong with this. There is so much content. And, like, I mean, you know, action RPGs aren't for everyone. Oh, we found our target. We found our Justicar.
We got... Oh.
And I'm just swarming him with flaming skulls. And he's, like I said, he is just melting.
Look at these beauties. Perfect.
Oh yeah, the eyes. We needed this to get into the Templar Courts. Yeah, okay. I'm remembering what we were doing now. At the end of our last Path of Exile stream, we basically picked up all of the quests for the act. And it was like, yeah, It doesn't matter how many of the bad guys like Piety and Dominus you kill. If you don't take down basically the whole organization, they're just going to replace one bad guy with another. So we've now got basically access to their stronghold now. So that's exciting. Gain 8 life per hit with attacks with that quiver. That sounds good, Alpha.
Well, yes. Don't forget. Last stream we got such a ridiculous quiver. I don't think I need a change for a while.
Alpha, you need to look at that compound bow right now. I think you're going to be picking that up and modifying it with some currencies in the shared stash there. Especially the one, whatever makes a common item into a rare.
Woo!
Because you need to, yeah, look at the sockets on there. Do you need to go back to town? I think you maybe do.
I'll keep it on me for now. I'm not gonna do anything with it just yet.
Yeah, but you specifically want to find the item that will guarantee normal to rare, I would say. You could maybe go Chaos Orb, which I think is normal to random rarity, which might also include unique, but that's a risk.
Yeah, but this game's full of risks.
Yeah.
And
I just
hella
think...
reward.
Sure.
For example.
So Queen of Toasters, I have to ask, you know, if you're lurking, no worries, but what do you like on your what's your favorite thing on toast? Because you wouldn't have a name like that unless you really love toast. So let me know. I'm partial to chocolate spreads, so Nutella. I love that on toast. Or beans on toast, like baked beans on toast is also great.
Don't say that to an American, they will freak the fuck out.
Why? What, you mean like, I'm on about Heighton's baked beans. Not
yes, but they don't like beans.
What, really?
A lot of Americans do not like beans.
But they're always talking about, so what kind of beans are they talking about when they mention beans?
I have no idea.
Are they just all about the coffee beans and no other bean is...
Probably. But to my knowledge, the Americans that I have come into contact with, this does not apply to everyone. I'm aware of that. Nobody shoot me for this.
But dude, like, hang on. I've been to Florida, okay?
A lot of people have been like, what the fuck?
I've been to Florida, alright? Done the whole Disney World thing, okay? And like, when you go into basically any diner, they basically do all day cooked breakfast, and there's always beans, man.
But that's Florida. You're talking
What's
about
that
Eastern
supposed
Seaboard.
to mean? Yeah.
You're talking about Eastern Seaboard, who probably still have a few British things left.
So
one of them being a potential taste and acceptance for beans.
I mean, listen, man. Grand Theft Auto 6
Wait, we're killing civilians?
Grand Theft Auto 6 is set in Florida State, so you know.
Not the first time.
No, I know, Vice City and all that. Although Vice City is like Miami. Oh wait, that is yeah, that's Florida. Yeah. Yeah, Miami, Florida. Yeah. Florida's huge, isn't it? It's a lot bigger than I thought. Yeah. Listen, I apologize if I've upset or annoyed or just outraged any American viewers. I hope not. I love you all. I actually wish I'd been to more parts of America. I've only been to Florida, and I've been there 3 times. And don't get me wrong, loved it every single time. But there's a lot more to America than Florida,
than meets
right?
the eye.
Well, there's just, yeah, I wanna check out Vegas, New York,
Seattle.
yeah.
Des Moines would be a good place.
Whatever part of America that, like, Far Cry 5 was inspired by.
Ah, Montana.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
I can't exactly remember which state Montana is in. I mean, I can spitball a bunch of states just off of the top of my head.
Yeah, my geography is not my strongest subject.
But like,
so I'm not even gonna guess.
In terms of
Oh, talk to Lani for your award. Well, we can wait till we get the waypoint, I guess. We've got 2 essence encounters here. 2, dude.
Back to back as well, which is great.
Yeah, let me just refresh the page real quick before you interact with that, because yeah, my stream preview on the iPad kind of stopped working. And yep, okay, we are good. Oh god, yeah, you know what, that legendary mana flask, I might have to... By the way, we have a shared essences tab in the guild stash, so
yeah,
if you're not wanting
will,
to use... Yeah.
I will be putting it in there.
You know what?
Ooh.
I think I am gonna take off that mana flask, dude, because...
Upgrades a normal item to rare with 1 property guaranteed. Properties restricted to level 45 and below.
You need to use that for your bow. There you go.
This adds,
remember that bow you found?
Yeah, this adds cold damage.
Which would be good for your bow. That said, let's get the other
yeah.
Let's get the other essence and see if it'll be better. Also, I have a few other essences in the shared tab already.
Hmm. Okay.
Weeping Essence of Torment for bow.
This
lightning damage to spell. Yeah, it's more my one, isn't it, I guess.
Yeah. I would only be able to put that on a normal quiver, and I do not have a normal quiver.
No worries, Florence. We finished off run 12 of Darkest Dungeon 2 today. We got to the second boss, and it killed me.
Okay, so...
But that was fun, though.
All of a sudden, this compound bow is doing more physical damage than the one I have.
Hey, you mean the one with
elemental damage? Elemental damage, 41 to 73 fire damage.
Okay.
16 to 30 cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Adds 2 to 5 physical damage. Obviously.
Let's see what we're
What the
doing
fuck?
with our...
Plus 14 to fire resistance. Huh? I mean, yeah, okay.
See, I don't know if I don't know if I've got any curses, so I don't know whether picking that would be any good. Ah. Hang on. I'm gonna type the word resistance in chat. Not in chat, in the the search thing. Resistance.
6 more levels to go. Well, technically, 4 more levels to go because I've got 2 skill points I'm reserving.
Oh my god, my analog stick drift is a problem. Let's just do the ore.
Yeah.
Oh, Alpha, did you hear? So Capcom have been doing like some really awesome stuff, as you know, like with like bringing back old games and also announcing hype stuff for Street Fighter 6. Well,
yeah,
we got a release date of September the 12th for the Marvel vs. Capcom collection that brings like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2 and stuff, and yeah, obviously Marcus is like, Eddie, you better buy that, and I plan to, right? But like in addition to that, you know how like I bought that SNK versus Capcom SVC Chaos game, the really weird crossover game made by SNK, but obviously Marcus was like, yeah, but Capcom did games like SNK crossover games called Capcom versus SNK 1 and 2, and they like basically the fans like those games better, and so basically what Capcom are doing is they're releasing the Marvel vs. Capcom collection soon, like I said, in September, but they basically confirmed in a recent Nintendo Direct that next year they're launching Capcom Fighting Collection 2, and it will have both Capcom vs. SNK games. So, and since you like both Street Fighter and SNK fighters, you are probably going to want that collection, man. So, yeah. I will be buying it. There's also in Capcom Fighting Game Collection 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, which only released in Japanese arcades, but it's basically a an updated version of Street Fighter Alpha 3. And of course, the Street Fighter Alpha series is called that not because it was a reference to you, but because the Street Fighter Alpha games were basically set before Street Fighter 2 chronologically.
Yeah.
So it's basically a Street Fighter prequel. Because of course Street Fighter 1 didn't really have any story to it. There was only 2 characters. It was just Ryu and Ken. And rather than having the standard light kick, medium kick, heavy kick, and same for the punches, like traditional control scheme, the original Street Fighter arcade cabinet had pads that customers punched and kicked in order to do their attacks. So, and as such, a lot of the arcade machines ended up broken. So Capcom didn't do that kind of cabinet ever again. And that's how the original Street Fighter control scheme with 6 attack buttons and a joystick was born for the sequel. That's why a lot of people consider Street Fighter 2 the first proper fighting game and not Street Fighter 1.
Really?
Yeah, because Street Fighter 1, you literally punched and kicked the machine, and that didn't work out as well as Capcom were hoping. So, you know, in terms of fighting games that play similar to fighting games today, Street Fighter 2 was the one that set the blueprint. You know what I mean? Like, not Street Fighter 1. They had to go back to the drawing board after Street Fighter 1.
I mean, it's a cool little niche.
Yeah, definitely an interesting, like, tech demo or proof of concept or whatever. Like, you know.
mean, when you think about it nowadays, it's like, that is probably the first proper staging ground for, like, rhythm type of games.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't really see, like, a rhythm game like that in, like, the 80s. I mean, you had Dance Off, sure. Which...
Don't forget Dance Dance Revolution, of course.
And that one, which I suppose in another fashion also another precedent for introducing, like, a rhythm.
Oh, wow. I've just found a node on the tree called Asylum, plus 18 to Chaos Resistance. And it's got a protection mastery thing. Oh, wow. Your resistances can't be lowered by curses. You cannot be maimed, hindered, or impaled.
Wow.
Ah,
you're looking at protection mastery now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about it is, you also have to acquire every single skill that is tied to that cluster.
Yeah, oh, sure, yeah.
So when you look at it from, like, when you look at it in pieces, like, that's actually pretty good. But when you look at it as, like, the whole cluster that it is, that is OP.
I feel like we're gonna need that because of, like... And in fact, we probably needed that before we fought Piety with her spin beam.
Yeah.
Like, that might be where I went wrong. That might be where I went wrong. I think that might be where I went wrong. I might get some of this stuff. 40% of damage is taken from mana before life. Oh my god!
What?
Mind over matter. It's literally like I was right next to that node. When the mind endures, so too will the body. I might get that. I might actually get that. Like, that sounds really good. That actually sounds very good. As does your elemental resistances can't be lowered by curses. That does actually sound very, very good. There's a lot of stuff here that I did not get that sounds very, very good. We're gonna go over for that mind over matter. We're gonna get some of this chaos resistance stuff. Fluff it. We're doing that. Yep.
There's a skill for me, well, for everyone really. If you bank in on it, there's a branch where you can choose to have not one arrow be fired, but two.
Okay.
And I feel like if I bank on that, I'm essentially doubling my, like, every single bow skill damage output.
So I'm gonna deliberately stand in some pain and see if this whole take damage before life thing is working. But I think it only works if my energy shield is gone. Ah, yes. Yes. Yes, it is working. But yes.
Oh, I found the hideout.
All right. I just realized we've probably taken so long doing this area that the music has kind of just stopped. That's a bit weird. I've also found some more ore.
Okay.
So, but it's one of those ones where we kind of got to defend it.
Oh. Petrified amber.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to double back and make my way to you then. There's a lot of enemies over here called Flame Mothers, and my brain is just like, you are neither the flames from Spider-Man 2 and you're not the Blessed Mother.
No.
I think it's ridiculous how we can just attack civilians, though.
When I'm ready, and
like, it seems a little extreme, but like, oh.
Thing is, though, okay. Are they serving the Templars?
I don't know, but they're petrified about us. So it could be anything.
So yeah, 40% of my damage is now being taken from my mana instead now. But that might actually be really good. Right, I might have to fund town because I think this is a kind of ore that I needed to. So I'm gonna go to King's March very quick.
I'm going to return to town.
Yep. I'm gonna put like 700. I've gone to the wrong thing. Yeah. 1 second. So yeah, let's fund business. So in the Settlers of Kalg League, which is the current league of Path of Exile, you are literally building up a town called King's March. And so you're hiring people, and then those people basically require wages. And I want to donate not everything I've got, but we'll go with 700 right now. So I'm just applying that amount. No more, no less. To the treasury, and then people are going to work for 3 hours, 45 minutes. All that good stuff. And as you can see, yeah, we're getting some stuff mined. Oh, but the ore that we need, dude, I still think is not marked yet. Interesting. Yeah, didn't we need the 4th one down? I do believe so. I need 40
bismuth,
of the 4th.
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So
well, if
we're still
all
going
work,
to be...
Yeah, if all work is going to be complete... Right, hang on a minute. I'm going to remove some gold. Not all of it. But let's remove most of it so that it doesn't get spent. I will give it you back when we have the ore that we want. So I'm basically going to pay them to finish all the bismuth.
Pay all the bismuth for the business.
Yeah, like... Oh, sorry, not the bismuth. The, whatever the gold ore is, I want them to get that. So let's remove...
The petrified amber.
I'll handle the paperwork for that.
Right, yeah, petrified amber, thank you.
I'll handle the paperwork for that.
Okay.
No, don't remove. I want to add. Add 10.
I'm going to retire the bismuth flask now.
I'll add it to our balance.
Add 5.
A timely infusion.
There we go. That works. So basically, by the time they've finished mining all the amber, like, pay's gonna run out shortly after that.
Okay. No, yeah, I am gonna... I'm gonna send a ship out.
Okay. That might be a good idea for me too. Maybe.
Okay, so Crimson Iron there, Crimson Iron Petrified... Oh! Okay.
Oh good, more work.
So from the looks of it, they want... Okay, they're okay with either. I just had to make sure of that one. Which does mean I need to...
50 Crimson Iron. Which one's Crimson Iron again? Hang on. Oh, okay. The reddish one.
Yeah. Though don't
So is there a difference between giving them bars? Like, what have you been giving? Have you been giving them bars or ore?
I have been giving them the bars because they're worth more. And I have also been granting
So
them...
hang on. So they'll either accept 50 ore, but does it also mean you have to give them 50 bars? You can't give them like 20 bars.
No. They are essentially one and the same, though the ore is a little less than the bars.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
Like, you can have more ore than you can have of bars. Basically.
Aye.
So if you want to reduce the possibilities of, you know, the ship being attacked or anything, you go for the ores. But if you want
41
more rewards, but at the cost of a higher risk, it's the bars.
Off they go.
This also applies to all the farming stuff as well, because I'm essentially bloating my shipment value because of the farming stuff.
Right. So I need to fund everybody so that everything keeps going for 41 minutes. So there we go. Instead of 7, we need
320 crimson iron, 140 petrified amber. That is expensive. And I don't really have those numbers with regards to petrified amber. I well exceed that for the crimson ore, but in terms of...
I'll add it to our balance.
okay. Hang on. Remove from treasury.
In terms of petrified amber, I do
I'll
not.
handle the paperwork for that.
So
Oh,
I
there
think
we go.
I'll let them
There we go. That works.
work.
So basically, I've funded my business long enough for the ship to get back, and hopefully it gets back safe and sound.
There you are.
Now, our portal is probably closed. I hope not.
Nope.
No?
It's good. It's good.
Right, I need to head back in. To, yeah. If only to, basically go in there and then make yet another portal to reset the timer. I think is a...
But we are perfectly fine. Nothing has reset.
Cool.
God, chaos damage is so good.
I know.
And what's good is because I chose Pathfinder, obviously I'm doing more poison and chaos damage as a result.
Right. Yeah, we're actually at the level of the next ascendancy thing. Like, but we need to unlock that labyrinth.
Yeah.
But that would then give us more ascendancy points. Ah!
This is where we need to go.
Yes, it's all about those eyes. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna go into town before we do that. Clear out shop and everything.
I want to get the hideout for here before we do actually go through with that.
Okay.
As well. I want to make sure I get all the hideouts.
Okay.
And right now I'm still using like the primary hideout. That's 49. Like I'm still using the first hideout you unlock.
Yeah, which is the sewers one, right?
No, it's the forest one. I have organized it, so it kind of feels like a miniature town.
Yeah, that's basically the idea, but you can make it look however you want. I think it's a really cool feature. Okay.
It'd be kind of cool if, like, Diablo took that idea, but I don't think they ever will.
You never know. Can I not go that way? I have to go this way? Ah, okay.
Another dead end.
Yeah, I'm getting my chaos resistance up now. I should have done it before. I'm now at 45 though, dude.
Nice.
Again, I'm in a way. I feel a little kind of stupid. I almost want to fight Piety again. I probably won't be able to because it was a quest fight. But yeah, it's almost like us dying as much as we did almost makes me want to rerun like another character. Make some different choices. See if I can survive the death ray.
Because I am because I'm kind of doing that already with like an
you've
character.
Got an alt. Yeah, you've got the shadow. Yeah.
I've lost it. Where you at? Where's it at?
Well, it will be somewhere we've been, not somewhere we haven't. Because of course, if the zone didn't reset.
Found it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I've got to pop to the town and clear out my inventory and stuff. But I'll join you on this first.
When I'm ready, and not before.
I feel like what I should have done was like frost blink behind her whenever she spun. And so like I feel like I could have avoided it if I just, you know, got good. But yeah, she absolutely.
Oh my god.
I mean,
this hideout is a fucking cathedral.
Yeah, well, you know, the Templar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just casually bullying the enemies with teleportation.
And then I'm taking 2 of them as my own. Haha. I love how it's basically like a barracks and you kill everyone inside and you're like, yeah, this is mine now.
Yeah, this is a great place for a hideout.
Just change the locks and you're good, right?
Yeah.
And I love how you basically leave the wall decor the same. Like, you're not even like allied with these guys, but you're basically here and like, it's almost like a warning to any of like the army that might show up to reclaim it. Like, you know.
Hideout unlocked.
Oh, it's basically like that really scumbag move. Alright, Gooby spoilers. Warning if you like Call of Duty campaigns. It's like that really bad scumbag move that what's his name pulled in like Modern Warfare 2. 2022.
Okay.
I'm on about frickin' Shepherd's Lapdog. The one in charge of like something company. You know who I mean, right? Blondie.
Graves.
Graves, there we go. Frickin' Graves, man. You know, like he sees that base of like the Las Vaqueros or whatever. Sorry, what was
it? It's like Los Vaqueros.
Like, oh, nice base. Yeah, like this is my base now.
It's not a base. It's a sizable covert facility, and I admire it. So I'm taking it.
Yeah.
My men are inside. Actually, they're not. They've been detained.
Yep.
Motherfucker.
He knows every fucking line, man. Oh. My nephew knows every freaking... How many times you played that campaign, man?
Twice.
God damn. Okay. Listen, we're popping to town, right? Oh, no, it's the hideout. So, but we cleared it, right? Does it say clear?
Yeah.
Like, how do we know when we're done? Hideout
I
unlocked.
have
okay.
claimed the hideout.
Okay. I'm gonna clear out the inventory. Get the quest reward for, you know, killing the Justicar. But we need to clear out the inventory first.
There we go. I'm going to... Okay, so I'm not able to move that. I just reclaim all decorations within the hideout. Yes. And I can just return it all.
That's cool.
If I so choose. So.
Neat. Okay.
Thank you. By killing Casticus, you've given us a fighting chance.
Now, a lot of these banners I am
Hello,
going to get rid
Huckle.
of.
You had to do that.
Because it's like,
Yet although
oh,
Tula's solution might seem brutal,
I don't
I've
like
seen
the
Kadu men
Templars.
blinded with a hot
They are
poker,
attacking us.
simply for
So
looking a
therefore,
fraction too long
fuck
at an
your shit.
Oriathan lady. Yes, this is war.
No, granted, there are
And just a
a few
little
that I
revenge,
just can't
too.
get rid of, but, you know.
Take something. A token of our thanks.
I'm wondering if I can replay that dialogue. Hang on.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
That's alright. Let's see if I can.
Thank you.
Yes,
By
I can.
killing Casticus, you've given us a fighting chance. And about his eyes, I'm sorry you had to do that. Yet although Tula's solution might seem brutal, I've seen Kadui men blinded with a hot poker, simply for looking a fraction too long at an Oriathan lady.
That would
Yes,
so be what
this
Huckle
is
would do.
war. And just a little revenge, too. Take something.
Not
token of
blind
our
someone with a
thanks.
hot poker. For clarification. To be fair, maybe I would do the same. I don't know. Not the poker part as well. Again, you know what I mean. How's it going, man? Ooh, I've already got an amethyst flask. What am I doing? Ooh. Oh, jade flask. That ups your evasion rating. Oh, dude, you are going to want to look at these. Oh, wow. I don't know which flask I want. I don't know which flask I want. Wait, what did I do? Oh, I'll play the dialogue again, shall I?
Greetings.
Never mind, I can't. So Lani was saying how because we had to rip out the eyes of the guy that we just killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
She apologized for the fact that we had to do that because obviously it would have been pretty grim. But she was like, well, I've seen people's eyes like burned out with a hot poker just for looking at an Oriathan woman for too long. And I'm assuming Lani here is indeed an Oriathan woman. So apparently, if you gawk at an Oriathan woman for too long, you're basically going to be blinded and probably not even going to survive the process. So yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Good to know these guys aren't very nice.
Yeah, but it's good job we're dealing with them then, isn't it? You know?
I agree.
Yes.
I absolutely agree.
Looks the other way. Oh, right, because I keep zooming in on Lani. Hey, look, here's Lani. Hi, Lani. Hi, Lani. Oh, wait, hang on. The UI is covering her up. Hold on. Hey, Lani. Turn this way, Lani. Lani.
Yes.
There we go. All right. And, yeah, there's Lonnie. She's looking a bit worse for wear, actually. That seems like a nasty cough. And, yeah. Yeah, but if you are clever, you can get a good look at the characters. Basically, if you, move the way you want them to face, interact with them with the X button, and then they're permanently turned that way, then you can reposition yourself and press the touchpad to get a good zoom in. That's what I basically did there. I love the new intern. Yeah, for some reason, hardcore has a way of, and again, we mean that in this in jest. So yeah, no, don't take us too seriously. But yeah, he does have a habit of saying internet in a very kind of stereotypical Russian accent that I'm not going to try and mimic. But yes, he does go internet. Again, that wasn't me mimicking the accent accurately. But I know exactly what he means. Like, he said it that many times before that I read how he's typed that. I know exactly how he would say that. I'm happy for you, man. Like, I did tell you, like, if you might recall, dude, once you've moved, like, just talk to the fam, explain things, and hey, if they're not willing to pay for it, but you are, just get it sorted, dude, and that's exactly what you did. So I'm super happy for you, man. And I'm glad they were cool with you ultimately sorting it out as well. Because, like, here's the thing. While your family might be like, oh yeah, we don't really need that speed, I can well imagine that they'll eventually notice and appreciate the difference. If not in speed, then in, like, stability. Right? Like, so I'm sure they'll be grateful in the longer term, and they'll be like, wow, how did we ever manage on that slow internet?
You know, I can tell you now.
It was so cool to be able to parsec with you, man. And we're going to do more of that, for sure. Yeah,
Fun fact.
Yeah, Alpha, what were you going to say?
Destiny has also gone about this the same way, because where she is right now also got, like, new internet.
Right.
She's now on fiber internet. She wasn't originally. And now that she's on fiber, her download speeds have gone from like 50 megabits per second to 220, and she's amazed at the difference now.
Download the game in minutes, not hours. Yep, that's basically my life. That's basically what it's like for me. I can reinstall Destiny 2 on PS5, which is a very big download, in like 16 minutes. Like, the first time Alpha saw it in person, he was like...
I got so fucking jealous, because it's like, I'm an Xbox player by heart, and it's like, I saw it and I was like, fuck me, dude, that's... What?
Oh, I think our zone
My
just...
jaw was open
think...
the whole goddamn time, because it didn't even take that long.
I think our zone has just reset. But I think our objective, though, is going to be on the far side. So are you happy with not fully exploring it this time and just going for the door?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that.
We took too long, basically.
Yeah. Area Square. I went a little too crazy with I think it's safe to say I went a little too crazy. Like, pimping out the hideout. I'm making it like a Diablo 4 organization.
I did say you would. Did I not say you would?
You said the same thing about Gran Turismo's photo mode as well.
And I was right about that too. That said, the snaps you've been getting are incredible. And please keep them coming.
It does take like quite a bit to like really
to set
get
everything
them
up.
going.
Yeah, but it's capable of so much, right? Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
The features are there. And
But
like
why can't we use like the... Oh, so go on.
Well, I was gonna say, the Scapes mode in Gran Turismo 7 is the first Scapes mode with ray traced graphics as well. So yeah.
Ooh,
Toxic Rain. Yeah.
Toxic Rain. Toxic Rain.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but what year it was...
Yeah, if you weren't gonna do it, I was probably gonna do it. You're right. I know that's what you meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Oh, you okay? Fair enough, man. I tell you, you're gonna get that desk fixed and then not prefer it. By the way, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection is apparently September the 12th. And then there is a Capcom Fighting Collection 2 coming out in 2025, full of pretty awesome games as well. I plan to buy both. I keep going the wrong way.
Oh shit, that's a boss. Hi, Matriarch.
Oh.
Who the fuck are you? I don't like you.
I'm on my way. And so are my army.
All I was doing, right, was just making sure that my stuff was in, like, a suitable state, and then all of a sudden it was just like, oh yeah, let's just send a boss on this fucker, who is just happily in his inventory.
Can Alpha see chat? I don't know.
No.
But it'll probably load it up when it's safe to do so. But I'll relay any messages you want.
Like, unfortunately, as of right now, if my phone hadn't hit a snag, like a major fucking snag, I probably would have chat up right now.
Apparently he'll DM and then I guess you just check it whenever, but yeah, I can relay any message.
Because it's like, my phone, I have a Sony Xperia Pro 1, right?
Nice.
And this fucking thing, I'm so glad I'm getting an iPhone, right? Because I recently hit, like, one of the most awkward, most annoying fucking snags I've ever had with, like, any kind of phone. Where it's like, this phone will no longer detect internet signals.
Oof, okay. Because here's the thing. If iPhone didn't exist and I had to go Android, because I very much like the PlayStation ecosystem, I would have been tempted by a Sony Xperia because it's Sony and
see, here's the thing.
They did have the PlayStation Mobile initiative at one point, which seemed neat.
Every single every single PlayStation app that's available, to my knowledge, is available on all devices now.
All Androids. So it never used to be.
Including iPhones as well. Including iPhones as well now, if I'm not mistaken. Like, Remote Play.
Yep, Remote Play is there. Yep.
That second screen function.
Oh, for PS4, yeah. I remember that. It's not really used now, but yeah, it was a big thing for certain PS4 games back in the day.
Yeah, but it's like everything is now available. Everything for was initially supposed to be exclusive to the Sony Xperia is now multi-platform. So it's like it is no longer worth getting a Sony Xperia unless you want to go for like a professional phone that has like one of the Sony cameras built into it, which this phone does.
By the way, Sony are the camera lens supplier for iPhone, if you didn't know. So
yeah,
if you want a Sony camera, swap into an iPhone is an option.
So it's like,
yeah, I do believe Apple designed the sensor, but like I think they buy lenses from Sony.
Sony Xperia mobile devices just aren't worth it anymore unless you're after like learning how to do professional photography with like professional equipment.
Yeah,
because this phone is like middle of the road.
I mean, how long have you had it? How old is the model?
I got the phone when I was just starting university.
How many years ago?
So that is September of 2021.
Okay, so it's relatively recent.
Which the contract expires on February 8th.
Cool, man. We've found some voltaic sulfite in this place. Oh, and we've also found right next to it, be careful what you interact with. This is for it's a portal of the Delirium League, and I think when we walk through it in a certain direction, we're gonna have very hostile enemies. So let's do the sulfite chest first.
Okay. I did just die like a few minutes ago, so I am walking back.
Okay.
So do bear with me.
But yeah, there's a delirium portal like literally right on top of Nico, pretty much. That's funny.
Okay.
But the way it works is that we walk into it in the way that you'll basically see an animation, like your soul will be sucked into it, kind of thing. And yeah, okay. if we walk through it in that direction, we're taken to an alternate dimension where we have to fight a bunch of stuff. And again, this is another example of a new League mechanic. Sorry, not an old League mechanic that proved popular that they rolled it into the main game, where there's a random chance on any given level to spawn a delirium encounter, which is exactly what this is. You will have a waypoint. If you were in this building, you'll have a waypoint.
I didn't get to enter the building.
Oh, okay. I'll wait for you then.
So,
either that or I could have portaled you through, actually. Like.
Yeah.
Should have said.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get that far.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Ooh. That actually looks sick as fuck. Holy shit.
Oh, the delirium portal?
No. Well, Hardcore just sent me over DMs.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
Do I have it in my DMs, or you're gonna have to... Hang on. I want to know now. Hang on. Oh, the tattoo? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that is cool.
See, fun fact, he asked for my help for, like, finding an image that would work as, like, a tattoo. I did my best, but that is...
I mean, to be fair, you probably picked something similar to what I would have done, to be honest, had he asked me.
That goes hard. I'm just saying that goes fucking hard, my guy.
It's amazing, yeah. Yeah. And props to the artist, whoever they were.
Sweet. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Are you okay?
Nope. Leave me alone. Go away. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Nope. Fuck it. Fuck that guy.
Grab that waypoint, sir. Let's go. So yeah, we're gonna walk into this delirium thing together as close to each other as we can, because I think shit's gonna hit the fan when we go in. You ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go!
What? Oh! That was really awkward. I thought we were going into like a different location. Oh no, it's not that.
No, but it does make... Oh wait, hang on, we have to manually end it? What?
What?
It says press 3 buttons together, the triggers and triangle, to, end the encounter. Let's just see how long it goes, shall we? Oh, okay. Right, I think we gotta kill, oh. Did I not kill anything quick enough?
I need more mana.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I ended the encounter because, like, there was a timer that got to 0. Right. So I think it's like, you gotta kill stuff, but you gotta kill it quick. I think I fluffed up because I was chasing after loot. But yeah, that's delirium. Yeah.
That was...
I think I did it wrong. A bit like when we had the blight thing, you know, the thing with, what's her name? Where we have to defend the pump.
Yeah.
You remember when we did that
when we defended
initially?
the pump for the first time.
Or not, as the case actually was.
Instilling orb. That's a new one.
You're right. And I love that basically as you go through the 10 acts of this game, like there's just, it always feels like there's new stuff as you go through. Because there is.
Skeletal stuff? Oh.
I'll take that.
What did that do?
I'm hoping give me a fuck ton of skeletons, but no, I think it maybe just improved the ones I have.
I don't know, it seems like you've got more minions.
Oh really?
Look at how many health bars are on screen. Oh my god.
Nicely, Exile.
Okay, cool.
God, this scythe is ridiculous. I love it.
You're using a scythe now?
I have a spell that allows me to do like a blood scythe swing.
Oh wow.
Very like
so
it's
considering
very
you're
Diablo
a Pathfinder,
4, like shadow scythe.
Wow, that's a Necromancer skill. So basically what you're saying is that even though you're a Pathfinder, you've got a lot more experimental with skills in the later part of the halfway point of the game, to be honest. Interesting. So you really have you've embraced the idea of essentially making your own class. That's cool, man.
I as a result of this, like, blood scythe skill that I have, I'm essentially not exactly switching to my other weapons as a result of this blood scythe skill.
Well, yeah, if it's doing all the damage that you need, why not?
Because not only is it causing bleeding, it's essentially also doing chaos damage, and it is a field day.
Awesome, man.
Speaking of chaos damage, let's just hex them and have them take more chaos damage, because why not?
This is so much fun. Wait, what does that ability do again? Hang on. Wither. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of my curse. Yeah, alright.
Okay, we need to turn back around, because we're going the wrong direction. My inventory's full.
We can go this way. If you need to pop to town, that's no worries. My God. Ooh. Oh wait,
there we go.
Nicely, Exile.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my God. I really do feel powerful with all these minions.
Yeah.
Oh, I've turned off the aura thing. I didn't mean to do that. I've turned it back on again. So I have an aura that uses half my mana, but it massively increases our resistances. And what's nice is it benefits Alpha as well as me. So, yeah. It was a very good skill to get. One of those portal scrolls is yours, sir.
Yep. So that is now a... Oh. No, it ain't. Oh, shit. I have another portal scroll stack suddenly.
Right, that means you basically got to bank one stack of 40 in the... I would put it in the shared currency tab.
Yeah.
Alchemy.
Alright, so I will do that now.
Alright, I'm going to use your portal and I'm going to clear out stuff at the same time. And I'll let you know when I've gone through so that, you know, you can close it afterwards. Be as quick as I can.
Fucking hell, that's one hell of a two-handed sword.
Sword. Now, here's the thing. I'm very nearly at level 50. And at level 50, it's the next flask, right? So I'm going to do something bananas. And I'm going to get rid of some of my mana flasks now. Ready for that inevitable level up. And actually, I'm glad that Alpha hasn't pinched it, but what's about to be removed from the guild stash is the next life flask that I basically combined earlier. Now I could create a second hallowed life flask, but if I did that now, I wouldn't be able to use any life flasks at all, and that wouldn't be very good. So I'm not going to do that yet. but I will be doing it soon. Okay.
You need something?
I do. I need you to buy this stuff that I ain't gonna use. Thank you very much. Is that all? I think that's all. Right, shared currency tab. Put all the currencies away. An instilling orb. What does that do? It's our first one. Adds an enchantment to a utility flask, such as a bismuth flask, right? That will cause it to be used when certain conditions are met. Oh! Oh, that's cool. So say, for example, a flask that might automatically be used when you're frozen or something, you know.
Hmm.
22 fire. Cold and lightning. Yeah, we're gonna have to. So I've got a bunch of rings that are building up, and I don't know. Cast when stunned support. Each supported spell skill will have a chance to be triggered when you are stunned. Wow.
Ooh.
There is some really cool stuff in this game, man.
Yeah.
Like, stuff that actually makes you start to think differently about builds. Like, for example, something like that, you would want to have like 0% stun chance. Like, a chance to resist stun. And then like something that makes it that you can still, or maybe still be moved, or like maybe not, or like so that when you're stunned, you just have like, if I'm stunned, everything dies. Because you basically triggered my trap card type thing. Like, the boat's back as well, by the way, so I'm just going to quickly check on that. I love that the game gives us a notification. That's really cool. Because it will have only just got back. Let's see what we get.
Interesting stuff in from the eye.
Okay. Oh, unique gloves. Increase cast speed. More energy shield, more maximum life. Sacrifice 20% of life to gain that much energy shield. Hang on. Sacrifice 20% of life to gain that much energy shield when you cast a spell. Oh. It basically means that you don't want to cast spells too often, though. Because you would lose 20% of your life. Oh. Boots with chaos resistance. Oh. Bear with me, Harbour Master. Hang on a minute.
What can I do for you?
Okay, I went back through the portal.
Oh, right. I'll need
just to make sure that the
I'll need
place
another.
don't vanish.
Yeah, I'll need another one opening then. Because yeah, I was just getting my.
Oh shit! Yeah, was my portal won it?
Yeah.
Oops.
It's all right. I'm just stranded. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna fund.
Again, it was just to make sure that the place didn't
Yeah.
disintegrate.
No, you're fine.
Vanish.
You're fine. Does it cost gold to reroll when there is nobody to...
Yes. Who would you like to hire?
Oh,
I don't know.
hang on, 1893. Yes,
Here's
it
the
does.
next set.
God damn it.
Should be sailing high, not stuck here in port.
They can start immediately, and I'll get everything filled out later.
But yeah, yes, it does, to answer that question.
Let me just grab the next
Ooh.
few applications.
Oh. There are some very good workers here. I'm not gonna lie about that. We're talking like tier 4. Ooh. I think I'm gonna wait on some of that. But that's a very healthy list we have there. And then what we'll do is we'll fund this a bit. How much gold have I got in the treasury? Okay. We're going to put 168 gold in the treasury, specifically. And then we're going through Alpha's portal. Sorry, Alpha, I'll be there in just a sec. Okay.
I'll add it
That
to our
funds
balance.
everybody for 56. Oh, wait, nobody's mining anything, or... You know what, I'm removing all that. Remove it all, because they're being
I'll
paid
handle the
for, like,
paperwork for
no
that.
work. There's literally no work. So, yeah. Yeah. We'll leave that.
I really must visit Teo Nui again.
So if I go to the Overseer's Tower, then I can then use your portal, correct? Yeah. Cool. I'm in the courts now. I've used your portal. Thank you. Let us carry on. And I will stay in the zone, Alpha, so that... Ah, Chamber of Innocence. Yeah, I need to wait for you. And I will do. I'll basically explore the rest of the zone that you haven't done yet. But yeah, we've basically... Your portal is right near the door to the next area we need to be. Alpha?
Right, okay.
Are you good? You went quiet
Yeah.
there. Yeah?
Sorry. Overly concentrating.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm overly concentrating. I'm literally just setting up a ship to be off.
Alright, yeah, I left an item on the ship. I guess I'll get it later. It's alright. Because I'm not funding a ship to go anywhere else. Hopefully the loot will stay there. It's fine. I got the unique, which of course was the most important part.
Yeah. Okay, coming back.
Uh-huh. But yeah, that door to your left is where we need to go next.
Okay.
So I'm on my way back to you. Yeah. All right. The Chamber of Innocence. Find
Something's
High
here.
Templar Avarius
Something
and kill him.
different.
This kind of looks like the
guild hideout? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Because we're called the Brethren of Unholy Sin, aka Boost Gang, well, I think when you get a little further into the Path of Exile plot, you're going to understand why I chose that name. And actually think that the name for our guild in PoE is cleverer than what first might have appeared. But that's all I'm going to say for now.
That's level 50. Now every time I die, XP.
Yep. That's not the only thing, though, about level 50 that you may want to know. So if you sell 3 hallowed flasks, right? Is it hallowed? Yes. You will get the next flask up. However, flasks stop combining after you get to the level 51.
Oh.
Meaning that future better flasks above sanctified, because selling 3 halloweds gives you 1 sanctified, right? But yeah, future flasks, we have to find them. So better than sanctified, it has to be a drop.
Okay,
so there are flasks better than sanctified, but it doesn't matter how many sanctifieds you sell, NPCs ain't giving you a better flask in return.
Okay.
Sanctified is the best they've got. And Sanctified is level 50 flask. So the kind of the end game of flasks is really interesting because you have to play to get your improvements. Or, you know, trade on the trade market, but still.
I
just killed an enemy called Justice Kill. That's funny. Right, we are going to improve our character again. Where's the chaos stuff that I've been doing? Yeah, there we go. I want this node. Right, my character now has 63% chaos resistance. Hell yes. Everything else is at the max of 75. Yeah, I've got 1 sanctified health flask and 1 sanctified mana. If you don't have either, then I will obviously let you have the flasks in order to get what you need.
I just picked up probably one of the best gems out there.
Oh, really? Are we talking skill gem or jewel?
Jewel.
Okay. What's it do?
29% reduced effect of curses.
Cool. There's also a grove bow here you might want to look at. I'm going to pick it up to drop it near you. There you go.
Apparently, even on regular loot filter, I couldn't see that.
Oh, wow. But I've got regular, so I don't get it. Maybe the loot filter's taking my character into account. That would be cool, right? And the stats. Like, maybe it was hidden to you, but shown to me for another reason. You know what I mean?
Doesn't particularly make a lot of sense, though. That was the case.
Well, yeah, it kind of does. Maybe it's taking, like, how much strength, dex, and int we have into account. And by the way, the books that you see here, they're stained glass windows. Unfortunately, they're not red. But what's really cool is that you can basically interact with one of these plaques by the stained glass window, and it's basically describing what's depicted and the lore around it. So unfortunately, I'm not going to read out any of these stained glass windows, but it's really, really cool that it's there. So if you're a lore nerd, you know, this zone is one of the coolest in the game, to be honest. Because as somebody that has played this before off stream and has read those windows before, I do think it's neat. I'm just going to not read them this time, though, because I want to keep the playthrough rolling. But it is neat. Oh, Alpha, I think I've found where we need to be, because there's a crafting recipe icon nearby. So... But yes, the guild hideout that the Boost Gang have in this game was something that... it was a microtransaction that had to be bought separately that I got via points. It's like one of the few other things I've ever bought with points beyond stash tabs. Yeah. Because I literally looked at all of the hideouts on the store, and I thought that that would suit the theme of the guild name very well.
Yeah.
You know, Brethren of Unholy Sin hanging out in a cathedral. I was like, yeah. I'm not sure what patch the particular hideout the cathedral was introduced in, but it wouldn't surprise me if newer hideouts to the store were more dynamic or had more animations and things. Oh, wow. Hang on a minute. Let's see if we can... Can I... Hold on. Can I... Okay, no. I don't think I've got anything I can improve that with. That's still really great, though. I'm ready when you are.
I could just remove all the modifiers.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Let's do it.
Just throw an orb of scouring on it and then yeet all of...
Yeah, no, that would be... Nah, don't do that.
Oh, we both get swords.
Yeah, no thanks. I mean, I would sell them, so...
There's some swords I am now starting to store, just in case they're like...
A diamond ring. What's cool about a diamond ring? Oh, crit strike chance. And man... Oh, sapphire diamond. I wonder if the sapphire part is what gives the mana? Maybe.
Perhaps.
Because sapphires are blue, right?
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody for hanging out. Appreciate you. Dude, this music. Did we get that? Yeah, we did get that crafting recipe, didn't we?
Yeah.
Another stained glass window.
When I'm ready and not before.
Another one of those expansive zones. I wonder where we've missed. Ah. Aha. Oh, wow, yeah. This way. Oh, I wonder what made me turn around here. I have no idea. Maybe you were going another way. Oh, wow. Yeah. Waves crashed upon the shores of Oriath, waves of hunger, waves of desire. The ravenous god and his starving multitude rising with the tide, flooding our streets with death and depravity, until innocence cried out, "No more!" Bathing our city in fire, scorching the wicked to ash and bone, the ravenous god fled into the embrace of our glorious Savior, driven down he was into Soilstone and beyond, into damnation, by the will of the light of our innocence, High Templar Avarius. So the ravenous god that plaque will have been talking about, the game will have mentioned them earlier in the playthrough and stuff, maybe even some audiobooks too. But it's the god in question is Kitava. And Kitava it just feeds. Like, doesn't matter like how much it feeds, it always wants more. And it's just like an all-consuming, like, just pain in the ass, really.
So, in other words, that one friend who every time you take them to a fast food, they're always like, "Hey, I'll get wings!"
Sure. Like, yeah. Who's that one friend to you? I'm just kidding. Let's not go there. Yeah, they're basically like, so Kitava's basically Big Smoke. I'll have 2 number 9s, number 7, number 5 large, or whatever it is. Like, yeah, I don't know the quote proper, but yeah. And number 6 with extra dip. Yeah.
Number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
Yeah. San Andreas has to be one of the best games ever on PS2, man.
But as I was going to respond to you, I've not had that friend. I've heard that there's from various friends that they've had that friend before. They've had that one friend, but you know, it's not something I've experienced. The one asshole of the group who also just so happens to want a lot of food.
I mean, you know, the thing is, if you're very active and you're burning a lot of energy, then yeah, you're naturally gonna need more energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, Kitava takes it to an extreme. So
he's got his own world, his own lovely little place, and he still wants more.
And the thing is, there is a zone, like earlier in the playthrough, there is a side dungeon we went through, I'm pretty sure, that had a bunch of audiobooks in that we just never came across, unless I'm forgetting where it is and it's actually further on in the playthrough, but I don't think so. I think when we were going after the... No, because the busts was the sewers. It was like a really fancy dungeon, not the Linares temple or something, but it looked similar. And I seem to remember there's audiobooks about Kitava there. But yeah, there's a lot of really interesting lore dotted around this game, and because technically this is my 3rd playthrough of this game, the 2nd on stream, but 3rd overall. I do remember finding those audiobooks. I just can't remember for the life of me where they are. But it's a very, very cool backstory. And apparently, like, a lot of the lore of this game is inspired by New Zealand folklore. And obviously the developers are in New Zealand, so a lot of the legends and the tales that, you know, New Zealanders used to tell their kids and stuff, you know, a lot of the kind of like their equivalent of ghost stories, if you will, is where a lot of the inspiration for the monsters and gods of this game would have come from. And I think that's really neat.
when it comes to folklore of just many countries,
cultures and things.
Cultures. Some can be either like downright incredible with their stories. Others are borderline horrifying.
Right. We have found our next zone, by the way.
Because it's like, one example has to be like Polish folklore.
Right, yeah.
Depending on which side you're ideally looking at, it can either be really cool or downright horrifying.
Yeah, part of me wonders, like, these kind of tales, you know, and like their origins, like, part of me wonders, was this a culture's way of protecting something in some cases? Like, let's say, for example, they spread a rumor that such a place is haunted and people that go there never come back. And like, let's say you manage to convince a bunch of people of that. So if you got this land that nobody ever goes to, well, you can basically store your valuables there, knowing that nobody will ever go after them. Right?
There's the big B.
The world must be cleansed of impurity.
Let's start with you, shall we?
The world must be cleansed of impurity, and then my witch is like, my necromancer's like, let's start with you.
My character decided to be like, not if I have anything to say about it.
I kind of prefer my necromancer's response, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's start with you, shall we?
Like, my character's was just a little basic and bland, and then yours is like, fuck you.
Oh boy.
That power, incredible.
Innocence, God Emperor of Eternity.
Fault, God Emperor. I say as a Warhammer fan.
Now, you see, here's the thing. When I played this the first time, this was another one of those bosses that just deleted me. So I've definitely built my character better now.
I'm just here existing.
But I'm still really annoyed about that piety fight from way back. Because she really did beat me, right?
When I'm ready and not before.
Oh, brought up friends. Oh god, a death ray! Death ray! We know who you are. Stop saying who you are.
Laser beam.
Need more mana.
Oh god, it's spinning. Oh, come on! He's nearly... Ah, oh, thank god.
Innocence. You, and only you, I shall say.
Too much clutter.
Who the fuck are you?
So, Alpha, we are the brethren of unholy sin.
Sin, the forgotten one. Would that humanity could forget all of my kind. Perhaps with your help, that might still come to pass. For now, the blinding light has been dimmed, and darkness floods in to fill the void. The desperate and depraved set a feast for their lord incumbent, Kitava, the ravenous one.
You know the title screen of the game?
Mm-hmm.
Looks similar to this, doesn't it?
Oh, hey!
Yeah.
Should Kitava accept their invitation, there is but one thin sliver of hope for us all. My brother's sign of purity. Look to it in the choking passages of Templar reverence. It shall be your torch when night falls at last.
So, I'm going to actually play some of the optional stuff here for more context. Because there are 4 other things you can talk to Sin about. I think it would be useful to have on this stream. Let's start with Innocence, Sin's brother.
He lives, after a fashion. That pretentious little vessel of his served only to encourage his divine follies. I have procured him a more sensible host, one that should contain his excesses and temper that fragile ego of his. Hear this, brother. From mind of lead to heart of gold, your soul shall be bound, your wrath shall grow cold.
Oh, nice. Now let's talk about the sign of purity.
Deep in the Templar's ossuary, in the company of the dead, there lies the sign of purity. Innocence bled himself for the creation of that cruel and desperate weapon. Tempered in his own ruby ichor, it was forged to be a transcendent tool of punishment and purification. The sign is a living agent of righteousness, or at least the dubious kind of righteousness that my brother subscribes to. Innocence found in the first High Templar a most faithful servant, and gifted the sign to him so that it might be used in times of great need. The great need of Innocence believers, that is. Humanity's general well-being has never been of particular concern to my brother.
That's a really interesting point, right? The concerns of like, hang on, what did he say? Let's
I've
open the
one god already. What's one more?
yeah, the concerns of like humanity was never a sort of a big concern of my brother. Like, hang on, do I have to go to local chat to see that? Oh, it's not really it's not really saying it. Can I talk to him again? Okay, we're gonna go with the fall of Oriath and then Kitava.
Though I am a god, I have not forgotten my humanity.
Kitava just repeats what he said for the cutscene.
Kitava remembers nothing and cares for nothing but his own hunger and greed. He is an endless pit of gnashing teeth and churning guts.
Like I told you about Kitava, yeah.
Fight for the meager scraps of what was. Kitava has the most fecund and formidable civilization of his age at his disposal. He can feed when he likes, and he grows ever stronger with each morsel. All of Oriath shall soon belong to Kitava, and if that happens, he will rise beyond even our reach.
So essentially, as you can see, even though this guy's called Sin, he's essentially Path of Exile's equivalent to Tyrael. So part of why I decided to call our guild Brethren of Unholy Sin is that we are essentially to Sin what the Herodrim are to Tyrael, right? That's the way I kind of envisioned us, like as the heroes of the Path of Exile's games. If Sin is really allied on the side of good, which despite his name and despite how he looks, he definitely seems to care about us and our kind, right? So, and obviously putting an end to Kitava. So when I was thinking, well, I want the guild to be called Boost Gang, but I also want it to thematically fit with the game. Let's say that this Sin character is technically unholy because he's literally the opposite of his brother Innocence, who bangs on about purity all the time, right? So yeah, we, the Boost Gang, are the brethren of unholy sin. And that's this dude. We're this guy's brethren. So that was why I came up with the name that I did. And I hope you think it's as cool as I thought it was when I thought of it. Because I'm not changing the guild name. So, yeah. But there you go. There's the backstory. Have you played any Concord since release? A little bit. Yeah, no, a little bit. And I've been enjoying it. And I'm going to continue to enjoy it. I bought it after all. Like, I realize it's not doing so hot. And, you know, maybe it will go the same path of Foam Stars eventually. In other words, maybe it will drop the buy to play to go free to play. I've got to be honest with you, though. I hope not. Because with their current model, they want buy to play. And then they're not going to sell you season passes every month and stuff. I personally would prefer that because that's how games used to be. But, hey, I'm old school. Yeah, I like the game. So, and I like that Overwatch has a bit of competition in it. And don't get me wrong, I love Overwatch as well, but yeah, I'm happy that Concord exists.
What in damnation have you done? I don't fucking know.
Wait, who said that?
I killed another god.
Oh.
What's it to you, Bannon?
Yeah, let's see.
What in damnation have you done?
Oh, right, yeah.
You've destroyed him, and yet I hear the voice of innocence, begging for our forgiveness, asking for our help. You and I. I heard him the moment the High Templar fell, whispering inside my damn skull, his heart beating within my chest. Innocence protects us now, holds fast the door against the murderous tide that rushes to meet us. He wants you to pass through that door, to bring order to the chaos beyond. I don't understand any of this. Moments ago, I was just a soldier obeying his High Templar, Bannon the Nobody. Now, my God lays inside my head, telling me to let you through that door and to make my way to Overseer's Tower, if it still stands. It does? All right. I don't know what's waiting for you out there, but should you survive it, I'll see you at Overseer's Tower.
Okay, cool. So rather than Innocence being inside of a megalomaniac, his new vessel is a regular low rank and file soldier that Sin believes is a much better choice. Still, I hope that Bannon had a say in this. It doesn't seem like he did.
No.
But yeah, that is a legitimate concern regarding Concord as well.
I like it.
Oh.
Right, I need to pop to town real quick. So I'm gonna do that.
What the hell happened?
My witch said somebody's redecorated. I like it. Well,
my
Necromancer,
character
sorry.
was fire is the first step towards healing.
Wow.
You can ask, but you might not.
Wait, where is our chief? Hang on a minute.
You deserve recognition for what you have done. You've freed us from Templar oppression. Yet I fear you may have defeated the lesser of two evils. Still, take something. You'll be needing it in the dark times to come.
I think that's the Valve brand doing a lot for Deadlock. I haven't played it yet. I do want to try it.
Deadlock is currently invitation only.
Oh wow, okay. So it's just like Onlywatch. Hey Tommy, do you remember Onlywatch? The Overwatch beta?
Every scrap of Oriathan flesh, sucked every Oriathan bone dry of marrow. He'll turn his endless hunger to Namakanui and the whole Karui archipelago.
I got talking. Hang on a minute.
Fight, and they'll fight hard.
Okay.
But
just a second, because I can't pause it.
And I know of 3 treasures that might just make the difference. They were taken when the Templar raided Namakanui. A whip woven of Hinekora's hair. A tooth that Tukohama ripped from his own mouth. A fish hook that was once the jawbone of Valakor. Together, they're known as Kitava's Torments and lie within the reliquary that borders Oriarth Square.
Oh.
I saw them with my own eyes when delivering messages to the scholars there. Please, go to the reliquary and claim those treasures before Kitava's children do.
Alpha. Lani has the quest that takes us to the area that has the audiobooks I was talking about, and they're really good. So the quest is called Kitava's Torments, and we will do it. But yeah, when those audiobooks play, I am going to let them play for the stream, because they give you really good backstory on Kitava. Also, sorry to cut you off when I did, but obviously I can't pause the dialogue. What did you want to say?
I like how Deadlock is like Valve's worst kept secret, because over the past 2-3 months, if I'm not mistaken, its numbers have been slowly going up.
That's cool.
And it's a hero shooter that is directly under Valve. But it's not like any kind of hero shooter. It's like a MOBA hero shooter.
Right. Okay. You only heard of Overwatch after the beta. Yeah, no. So obviously, because I love Blizzard and I follow Blizzard games, I watched the actual announcement where Chris Metzen was on stage, and he was so excited because they were announcing like a new IP in like for the first time in like 15 years, and it was the Overwatch, like it was a pre-rendered cutscene, but it was incredible. And I was like, dude, they could make a Pixar film of this shit. Like, this is amazing. And yeah, so, and literally, if you were a big streamer, it seemed like you were in the beta. If you were a regular player and stuff, or not an influencer in any way with a big following, yeah, you were playing only watch, as in you got to watch other people play Overwatch, but you couldn't play it yourself for ages.
We're glad you made it. No, damn it all, that's just too strange to abide. I'm glad
what
you
a
made
way
it.
to
And innocence tells
insult
me I need to
people
keep
who
helping you.
didn't
So that's
have
what I'm
much of
going
a
to do.
following.
I know my way around weapons and armor, and all things Templar if you should want for further enlightenment on that subject. As for innocence, I don't know.
Inventory is
Sometimes he makes
cleared.
sense. Other times, he's a shattered god, but he'll heal. I'll make sure of that. Lani's told me a little about Utula and his cult of Kitava. Enough to know what Utula's got planned. Bring about the fall of one god so he can raise up one of his own. And this Kitava, from what fragments I can piece together from innocence, he's not the benevolent kind. Please, find Utula and stop him. I'm not saying this because I want to put innocence back on his divine throne. I'm saying this because Oriarth is my home. It's made some mistakes, but it doesn't deserve the fate that Utula has in mind.
Wow, okay, so that's why Atula's not around, is because we now have to, like, stop him. Okay, yeah, okay. Sounds cool. Cool story, bro. Purchase items. What can I buy from you? You know what, Alpha? You know what we've been neglecting in this whole playthrough?
What's that?
Looking at the weapons and armor of NPCs, because they might have something with the socket combination that we want that we can then use as a base.
Hello.
Like, I'm gonna buy a hallowed mana flask, because then I can sell 3 hallowed mana flasks.
To get the sanctified mana flask?
Yes.
I must say, recovering 1100 mana over 6.5 seconds is pretty good, but it's kind of slow in comparison to like everything else.
All right. There we go. We got all sanctified flasks, baby. All sanctified flasks. But yeah, the audio books I was talking about before, I think we've actually got to a point where like this side quest, Kitava's Torments, is actually going to lead us to it. So that's awesome. So it was literally me just remembering wrong and getting ahead of myself a little bit. I apologize for that. Shit. By the way, while I haven't got our codes yet, this weekend, pretty sure Alpha and I, for the next 2 weekends, are going to be playing the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 beta. And I will be streaming it. And
you didn't call it Gooby.
I didn't.
You were going to call it Gooby, but you didn't call it Gooby.
AKA Gooby. There you go. You happy now?
Yes.
Yeah. It's really Yax that started that whole trend off. But yeah, Gooby. Gooby.
I mean, I feel like because of SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. Yeah.
Like that one fucking SpongeBob movie. Where SpongeBob was singing a parody of, I think it's I Wanna Rock.
Oh wow. That sounds amazing.
Like I wish I was making this up.
No, that sounds incredible.
SpongeBob literally parodies I Wanna Rock.
I don't know.
Into I'm a Gooby Goober.
It'll be a multiplayer beta. They always do that. But I am excited for the return of round-based zombies, like traditional Treyarch round-based zombies. And I might indeed end up with the game, but possibly not at launch, because saving for a laptop, yo.
I'm going to get it at a very later date.
I mean, technically, dude, you have Game Pass, so you could play it day one as a standard edition on your Xbox Series, and I personally think you should. And then if you ever want to buy it to support the devs, although trust me, man. No,
that's
dude,
it.
You don't.
As much as I would like to, play it via Game Pass, I do not want to play it via Game Pass.
Yeah, I think you should. I would.
I would rather play it on my PlayStation 5 than on the Xbox.
Sure, but it'll work, man, and you just have
it. Well,
So,
true.
yeah.
This is my mindset. Just because I have it on Game Pass doesn't mean I'm going to play it.
I honestly really think you should. Like, I really would, because it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're a drop in the ocean. Like, so many people are just going to play it that way. And if you're excited for the round-based zombies and you have the subscription and the console, which was your primary console anyway, yeah, man, just... honestly, if I had even a Series S like you do, I would be there day one, man, because, I mean, otherwise... You will be missing out on certain, they have launch, probably a launch cosmetic or something. Like, just play it, man, and tell me what it's like.
They haven't had launch cosmetics since Advanced Warfare.
I'm just saying.
Advanced Warfare was the last game to have launch day cosmetics. They haven't done those since.
Well, I just really would, man, because you got access to the game, and personally, in your position, I wouldn't even buy the game on another platform because you just have it elsewhere. Like, because it's £70. Like, I get the support the dev argument if it's indie, but we're talking a game
I'm not doing what I want to do to support the devs. They are fine as they are.
Exactly.
While granted, the bottom line should absolutely be supported.
Yeah. But we're talking about a franchise where basically studios are swallowed up and projects are cancelled because Activision wanted their team to work on Gooby. Classic example, Neversoft with the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series. Eventually they were swallowed, like they still exist, but all they work on is Gooby. Toys for Bob for a period of time was the same thing. Raven Studios, same thing. You know,
the last game I
used
think
to make other games.
The last game I think Raven Software made before they were swallowed up by Call of Duty, I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the last game I know that they made before they were swallowed by Call of Duty was X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I'm afraid I won't remember or know. I think I've gone in the wrong zone.
High Moon Studios, I will forever complain about this, right? Because I loved the Transformers games. That High Moon were the creators behind every single Transformers game under Activision, right? From 2007 Transformers the video game to Transformers War for Cybertron.
Hang on a minute, man. I've gone the wrong way. We have to go back to the ossuary and find the sign of purity in order to get through. Yeah.
And I will die on this hill. The fact that they, like, High Moon Studios made the Deadpool game back in 2014, 6 months before the IP was pulled from Activision because poor sales.
Right. Hang on a minute. Where have we got to go?
This will be something that I will forever complain about, because it was like I loved every single game that High Moon Studios made up to that point. I never got to play the Deadpool game because as soon as I wanted the Deadpool game, it was gone.
Yeah.
I couldn't play it because 6 months later it was pulled from the shelves because they weren't making money. Like, they'd lost the rights to Marvel license. And it was like,
I feel like we have to go to the Chamber of Innocence and then back. I'm literally trying to find our next thing. I mean, obviously we only have like 15 minutes or whatever, but like I'd quite like to find the waypoint and basically get on track for whenever we play next time, which is looking like it might be tomorrow night. Don't worry, I am listening. Yeah, I was right. I'm right. So yeah, you've got to go to the Chamber of Innocence and then the Torch Courts, and then basically there is a connecting zone that will allow us to find what we need. So yeah, you're in here with me. Hi, Jarvis. But yeah, man, in your position, I would just play the frickin' Black Ops 6 via Game Pass. I really would.
Also, speaking of the Deadpool game, allegedly, this is coming from information I'm aware of because of the Rad.
Doing delirium. I'm gonna try and do better.
I think. Apparently, Microsoft have regained the rights to various Activision games.
Okay. I mean, they own the whole company.
This
so.
includes the Deadpool game.
Okay.
And also the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games.
Yeah, here's the thing about rights collecting though. They collect rights for two reasons. One is because they have plans to greenlight their own sequels. But the second side of it is to prevent other companies from, buying out the rights of, when trademarks aren't renewed and things. So,
what?
Yeah.
Medium cluster jewel.
Oh, cluster jewels are amazing.
5 passive skills. 1 passive skill is a jewel socket. Added small passive skill will grant 10% increased damage over time.
Yeah, cluster gems. You definitely want to buy a jewel socket and then on the passive tree and then socket that in there.
Just identified it. Added small passive skills also grant +2 to all elemental resistances.
Oh, for God's sake.
Added small passive skills also grant +20 to evasion. Added small passive skill also grants +4 to maximum energy. Fuck. How?
Well,
what?
you found it, so I guess I'll let you have it, but fuck, man. I should have picked that up before you. Next cluster gem is mine. Oh, analog stick drift, please. No. Work with me. I need to replace my analog sticks. And yeah, I won't for a long time because I have other things I need to buy. I'm going to go with my resistances can't be lowered by curses. I think that's going to be really good.
Enable highlight.
Boom. So, level 51 hype.
Oh!
What have you just done?
I see. Enabled highlighting, apparently.
What's that?
I have no fucking clue.
Well, you said I see, so you must see a difference.
I mean, it's pinging chests, which initially wasn't the case.
Or maybe that's all it means.
I'm assuming this is like...
Hi, Cassiopeia.
Ah!
Alpha, you okay? Because, yet again, Discord just cuts you off whenever you do that.
I understand. I'm understanding now. Okay, so basically, activating highlighting is just another fancy way of saying, turning on whatever that Diablo thing is, so you can see literally everything that's dropped is in the world.
Oh, what? So what? Does it disable your loot filter, or?
No, it's just pinging everything that you can see.
Oh, okay.
Excluding items from, like...
A bit like Deus Ex has you can, in Mankind Divided, you can put a white edge around interactables, basically, so that you know what's...
all it's really doing is, even when you're like pretty far from an item and you wouldn't exactly see it on screen, it stays on screen.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what it's called in Diablo.
Right, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't need that.
It's literally just that thing in Diablo that you kept telling me to always have on.
All right.
What the hell?
I think it's more useful in Diablo 4 because like in Diablo 2 because it's actually like show item labels.
Yeah.
In Diablo 2 because it's actually very hard to see individual items without the labels on.
Hmm. You should resurrect him because he was actually kind of a bitch.
Oh. That guy. I don't think I can make specters of like the elite enemies, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So you can't resurrect.
It's got to be the rank and file, but of course the rank and file also gets better as the story goes on.
Extra chaos damage? Yeah, no, I don't think so, buddy. Sanguinces. Oh, bugger. Vampires.
Cool, I'll take them.
Sanguinces.
Nearly at 2,000 gold again.
And Sanguinius, the Primarch of the Blood Angels in Warhammer 40,000 would like their title back.
Oh my god. My summon the skulls thing. The fact that I could just summon like phantom after phantom, like it's just too damn good. I just surround an enemy and then their health bar just like, yep, gone.
Okay, so this is a new one. Tincture of Skill.
Ah, tinctures go in your potion slot. And like, yeah, you can only have one tincture active at any one time. But yeah, they work like a potion, but they're not a potion. So what does your tincture of skill do, sir?
Essentially, all weapon damage, all melee weapon damage, essentially has an increased chance of causing bleeding.
That sounds very good. That sounds like something your shadow would probably want more than your Pathfinder. But hey, you can put it in your stash for your shadow to get later. The thing is though, if you ever do play like through with your shadow as well, you know, you're probably going to get even more awesome loot in that, you know. Because, yeah, this game it's very generous with the loot. I'd laugh if you play through with your shadow as well and you just get loads of stuff that like, oh man, my Pathfinder would love that. Like, oh, I can tell you what, we'll go for a essence each, I guess. But I'm just going to put it in the guild stash for now anyway. Next time we're in town. Hope you're doing well, Casopia. Thank you to everyone for hanging out. To be fair, Alpha, what I'm going to do, if it's alright with you, is get in the next waypoint and stop. And then it's looking like my next stream is going to be tomorrow night, and it will be more of this. But if it doesn't happen, chat, it's because like something will have come up and both Alpha and I won't both be available. But the plan as it currently stands, and do correct me if I'm wrong, Alpha, the plan as it currently stands is to stream more of this tomorrow night. Is that correct? Yeah. So, yeah. But I won't be live during the day like I normally would be because we have visitors coming apparently. And obviously, I want and need to be social when we have guests. So here's the thing, Alpha. I'm going to play until we find the waypoint, because there is one here. And then I'm going to town to stop, if that's okay. But as you can see, things are a bit of a mess here. And it's all Kitava's doing. So he works pretty fast.
Yeah.
And again, we gotta not die now because we're post level 50.
What's the percentage for XP loss?
I think it's 10.
10% XP loss? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 10.
So but it
might be a flat number.
So really not that much.
Well, the thing is, if you're in a tough fight and you keep wiping really quickly, it can add up, man.
Yeah.
Ah, we have a zone door. I'm just gonna go through just to update the world screen and see what we have.
Had I the time, I could raise an endless legion from these bones. Pity.
Oh, had I the time, I could raise an endless legion from these bones. Pity. Let's have a look. Do we have... We do not have a zone, like a waypoint in this zone. That makes sense given like the door's right near a waypoint. So yeah, if it's alright with you, I am going to leave part 9 here. But what we can do before we stop is just check stuff at King's March. Sort through our loot, all that good stuff. But thank you again for helping me get through much of Act 5. We're probably gonna have Act 5 possibly beat by the next stream tomorrow night. It's not a guarantee, but it is a possibility. I'm glad you've been enjoying the game, man.
Oh,
I'm so glad. We've also got a launch date for when we can play the sequel, even though like it's an early access version. It's an early access version that's been in development since 2017. So it's going to be pretty far along as far as I'm concerned, right? Like, it should be pretty decent, even in early access. So I'm excited. You know what? No. You're not having those flasks, so I'll put those in the guilty thing. Because, yeah. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, I'm starting to get an abundance of items build up that I've just like, I think I want to keep them, but I'm not sure what I want to do. Eventually might have to go through those too. We'll put the essence away. And then the currencies. Oops. Oh god, I've just changed the color of the essences tab. We don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah, no, don't worry, I've corrected it. Ooh, 30 now. Right, I need to unstack most of these. Let's keep 9. We'll bank 30 more. 30 more of those. And we'll stash 20. 20 more portal scrolls, although to make it a nice round number, let's there we go. We got 160 portal scrolls in the guild stash and 235 scrolls of wisdom. So that's cool. now King's March. But yeah, we got a decent, another 3 hours of Path of Exile 1 in. We're basically, yeah, I would say we're basically halfway through the campaign now, because I think we're over halfway through Act 5 and there are 10 acts in total. So how are you feeling halfway through this adventure?
Fair weather.
Well, to definitely address, I can definitely feel the game now slowing down.
Again, I feel like 3.0, you're right. Back in the day, this was their idea. Like basically Act 6 to 10 is kind of their idea of a sequel. Because, you know, Act 4 and the way it ended definitely felt like a finale. And I think their original idea for PoE was going to be this ARPG that was forever going to be expanded upon. Originally, Path of Exile 2, when it was first announced, it was announced as Path of Exile 4.0, but it was still given like a Path of Exile 2 logo at the end of that announcement trailer. And the idea was that it was a separate campaign, and you made like a separate character, but you launched either campaign from inside the same Path of Exile 1 client. So, and then, because basically they were going to have the PoE 1 campaign with 10 acts, and then the PoE 2 campaign with 6 acts, and they'd be separate. But the end game was originally going to be shared. And essentially what's happened somewhere down the road is that essentially Path of Exile 2's development, the game changed so much that somewhere down the road they decided like, no. This needs to be its own game entirely. And because what they decided, and Tommy might still be lurking there, maybe he is, maybe he's not. But like when Tommy was last in this chat when we were playing this, he asked like, is PoE 1 going away? He basically said, are they doing an Overwatch 2 where they replace the second game with the first? That originally was kind of going to be the plan, because they'd have PoE 1's old campaign, but the end game would be modified and stuff because the end game was going to be shared with PoE 1 and 2. So whatever changes they decided would have affected both games. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's not going to happen anymore. They're entirely separate. And honestly, I'm really, really happy about that. You know, I think it's cool of the devs to acknowledge when they're new ideas, basically, they're really cool. They want to do them, but they also understand that like people that, you know, they're changing so much, and they're aware that people will be probably like, even after they play whatever cool new idea they have, there's still going to be people of like, oh man, I wish I could still play the old one. And thanks to them deciding that no, we're going to make PoE 2 a separate game entirely, it's never going to make PoE 1 entirely obsolete and discontinued. So I think that's a really brilliant move, and an acknowledgement of like, even if they prefer their sequel massively, not every single Path of Exile player is going to like Path of Exile 2, even though right now, because they haven't played it yet, they think they will. But I guarantee you, there's probably going to be some players that are like, man, they've ruined PoE. I'm going back to PoE 1. Like, it always happens. It always happens. Me, I'm really excited, and based off all the footage I've seen, like, well, I can't be more excited, to be honest. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Now, do I want to fund... I don't think so, you know. I think I want to hold on to my 2,000 plus gold, to be honest. I do. Maybe I'll fund a shipment with Tujin. Maybe I'll do that. Because we do have better shipment people.
That shipment's gotta go out today. Local.
So, shipment, what do we want? Oh, Crimson Iron. Oh, I should do the wheat and pumpkin if I can.
I love this job.
I should do the wheat and pumpkin. So hold on, that's what? 72 pumpkin, 120 wheat. 72 pumpkin. I said 120 wheat, did I, Alpha? Yes, I think I did. And sorry to putting you on the spot. I think it's 72 pumpkin. Is that pumpkin? No. That's pumpkin. Oh, I don't think I have enough pumpkin. I don't have enough pumpkin.
Oh no.
I need more pumpkin. Hold on a minute. I know what I'm now gonna make more plot of. Pumpkin.
You're the boss.
There we go. Pumpkin. So I now need to work out how much money I need to fund things to get the pumpkin stuff on the go. So let's have a look. That's not the farming area. That's the farming area. Pumpkin 29. See, yeah, how do I know? Let's like add 30. How do I know when I have more pumpkin stuff? Sorry, I realize I'm thinking out loud.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, as long as you're okay as well. Oh, produce per hour 6. Total amount. Oh wow. So I need like multiple hours. So okay, so I'm producing 12 pumpkin per hour, and I need like 72. So oh my god, I need like 7 out.
Exile?
Need to find more of those damn exotic coins for the harbor master.
A timely infusion.
Oh man, this is gonna... all my money.
A timely
Okay, that's
infusion.
too much. That's too much.
Handle it
That's
wisely.
too little.
I'll add it to our
That'll
balance.
do.
Handle it
Yeah,
wisely.
sorry.
That will do.
There we go.
nicely.
I got 7 hours for 14 minutes, 10 seconds. And then what I'll do is I'll send another ship going while I'm waiting. So I can't do the big one with the pumpkins.
Local.
Right? But how do I... Can I add another ship? Can I have like a second ship? I thought I could. Have you worked that out at all, Alpha?
How do you do what?
Have a second ship.
No, I haven't.
I wonder if you have to... You can only make a second ship after one is on the way, if you know what I mean. Let's see. If I remove you... Okay, yeah, no, you're the best.
No, just leave the shipment there. It's not like it's gotta go out today or anything.
Okay,
Divine
20,
orb.
20. Okay, we're gonna have 21 bars.
Glass blowers bauble.
Oh yeah, there's some really cool currency items.
Instilling orb. Okay.
They're on their way.
Okay, we've sent a ship on the way, and we're gonna wait on the other one. But yeah. Oh wait, hang on a minute. Maybe you only get a second ship because it's saying that rank 5, it does say 1 ship. So maybe that's when I can do 2 ships at the same time. What rank is your shipmaster? Do you know?
My shipmaster is 4.
Yeah, same.
Because I can't raise it any higher because we have had terrible luck.
Yeah.
With finding.
Yeah,
bismuth.
the 4th version. Yeah, the bismuth. Yeah. I wonder if it will be Act 6 or higher. Possibly. Because you've got to remember, we're basically at the midpoint, and yet we're talking about a resource that's more than halfway down the Kingsport list of resources. So maybe it makes sense that it's going to be in the latter half of the game. I'm just speculating. But that makes sense to my brain. I don't know whether you have differing thought.
Engineer reporting.
But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to bank this little currency because I've just sold something I don't need. And then I'm going to call it there. So take care of yourselves and each other. I've put that in the wrong stash tab. Let's fix that. That needs to go in the currency tab to be nice and organized. So away it goes. But hey, we've got sanctified flasks now, man. Level 50 flasks. Yay.
Woo!
No more combining though. So yeah. We're gonna see like a better than sanctified flask, and then we're gonna have to like duel each other for it or something. I'm just kidding, we will share. Of course we'll share. I think we've been doing pretty good at sharing loot, to be honest. It's like whenever you've spotted an item that is good for me, like, you know, you've handed it over and vice versa. So yeah, I'm happy, man. Thank you. All right.
You're very much welcome.
I've rambled on way enough, so I seriously am. I am logging out of the game. My resistances. Wait, my resistances are. Oh, I'm in town and my aura's not on. Oh, okay. 75. Oh, 73, 75, 58, 63. But when I'm in a place like where we need to go, and then my aura activates, you know, the one that costs half mana.
Mm-hmm.
then my resistances change. Thank goodness. To 75, 75, 75, 63. Yeah. So don't panic when you're in town, Andy. You're okay. Cool. I'm trying to go back to town. Thank you. It's finally letting me go. All right. Take care of yourselves and each other, everybody. Portessa and Alpha bid you adieu. And yeah, hopefully we'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. BST. But do bear with us. If anything comes up, there might not be a stream. But hopefully there will be. Because as things stand, we're available. So take care. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.